clean up in aisle 5. You're gonna need tear gas, pepper spray, and assault gear just to listen to this show.
Sasquatch, the moon landing, UFOs, 9/11, flat earth, JFK. All of these things have one thing in common: unanswered questions. So let's get to the bottom of that.
Now here's something completely random.
Animals in action, animals in action.
Random.
We using that in the intro?
Thank you and good night.
Dice Man Enterprises exclusively presents a talk show that will get to the bottom of things once and for all. And now here's your host for Let's Get to the Bottom of That, a bunch of weirdos on a mic.
Oh, look at that cup. That's awesome. Welcome into another episode of Let's Get to the Bottom of That.
Let's do. I think my
I'm
levels are low.
joined. I got you covered.
Got me. All right, we're back.
Yeah, this mic's hot. I have to keep it in check. That one there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hotter than you think. But I can boost your headphone up a bit. Welcome in. Today we're doing the Tartarian Empire. And it's just me and Joey. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Gang. Oh, that is kind of hot, bro. I'm coming in real steamy.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
how's it going? Well, we've lost half the crowd, but we're still here. We're going to hold it down and see what happens. Before researching this, didn't know much about the Tartarian Empire. But thanks for Curtis. He did a lot of research on it, and we'll probably have him on. Maybe not a part 2, but we'll just get him on to go, hey, tell me about the Tartarian Empire.
Yeah.
And just let him riff on it.
Yeah.
Because he was pretty excited about it.
He was, and we're going to do him proud today.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because we got a lot of info. And we got nothing but time to read it.
Oh, and don't forget, remind me at the end of the show, we are going to hit the karaoke. We missed it the last couple episodes.
You want me to remind you or the listeners?
Please. You.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. We got a question of the week. Let's see if we got something here worth talking about. Oh, this looks good. What do conspiracists... I'm done.
It's been a long day.
Conspiracist cite as proof that Kate Middleton faked the birth of Princess Charlotte.
Okay.
I don't know Kate Middleton, and I don't know Princess Charlotte.
She's one of the chicks married to the prince.
Chicks married to the prince, just like the Disney movie.
The older one, I think, because one's Meghan Markle.
Megan. She was on a Suits show,
and the older one I think is Kate Middleton.
Oh, okay, so that's her sister.
Yeah,
Meghan Markle's sister. Okay,
by
thanks.
marriage.
What do you think that she faked the birth of Princess Charlotte? A, she was born in January. B, the baby was left-handed.
Ooh.
C, Charlotte didn't speak English. Oh, that's weird. Well, I mean,
The secret
how can
lies.
babies don't speak?
The secret lies with Charlotte.
Yeah. Charlotte's Web. Kate looked too beautiful to have had a baby.
Oh.
So the proof that she faked the birth. Wait a minute. So here's the thing. How do you fake the birth if there is a real baby? Is there a Princess Charlotte? That's the question.
Is there a Kate Middleton?
Weird. Right.
You know?
Oh, that's weird. Like, you fake the birth, but is Princess Charlotte a real person?
I don't know.
I had to look that up. Anyway, I'm going to say because the baby was left-handed.
Here's a question. Whatever happened to Blanket? Where's he
right.
at?
What happened?
Where's he
Is
at?
he going to make some music?
I don't know. I mean, he's got to be an adult by now, right?
Oh, we got to look that up now.
I got to get to the.
Oh,
we got to get to the
thank
bottom
you.
of that, dude. Where
do they have
Blanket?
Do they have a last name? Blanket Jackson. Here we go. Oh, that dude looks strung out. What is going on?
Brother.
He's looked kind of cool as a kid. What's going on here? Oh. Let's see.
Why is Prince Michael Jackson called Blanket? Because that's his name, dude.
Well, he was Prince Michael Jackson the second. Blanket. Hey, hand me that blanket. Let's see how. Okay, he is an adult. Look at this. 2002 is when he was born.
Okay.
So that'd make him how old? 2025 minus 2002 is what?
He's 23.
Okay, so he's an adult.
He's an adult, dude. What's he doing now?
We'll see. Present. Let's go here. Oh, career?
Sometimes I would go into Michael's room while I was getting ready for something and watch. He said he was a good dancer. He was a very good dancer. I can't dance or sing. I'm not that kind of person who sings and dances.
Okay.
When I grow up, I want to be director because it's fun. And I make little movies when I'm at my house with my cousins and friends. Okay.
So, yeah, I guess that's what's happening, right? Is he a director? Over the years, why does it say Biggie here?
I don't know.
Is that Blanket?
I guess he changed his name to Biggie.
What's going on? Biggie Jackson.
Biggie Jackson.
Are you kidding me? Wait, have I got the wrong person?
No.
He was born. You just took me down a Prince Michael Jackson.
Birth name. His birth name was Blanket, I thought.
I thought, what is going on here?
What is that?
I thought it was Blanket. We're getting to the bottom of that right now.
Dude, is that an alternate reality?
What is going on? I can't even hit the back button. I'm trapped. Okay, this is Biggie Jackson. I'm looking for Blanket.
Yeah, we got to go.
Wait a minute.
Michael Jackson's son, Biggie Jackson.
Was he not Blanket?
Blanket Jackson.
Oh my gosh. This is a rabbit hole.
Why is
what
Prince
happened?
Michael Jackson called Blanket? Go up. Look at that one.
We're right here?
Yeah.
Let's see that one right here.
Prince.
Oh, okay. So there's a YouTube video on it. Something, it's like a BL Blanket is, I don't know.
Looks like you've already watched some of it.
I don't, no, I haven't. What happened to Blanket? Oh, Ditch the Name goes by Biggie. Thank you. Woo! Thank you, Internet.
Got to the
Thank
bottom
you, dead
of that.
Internet. It helped. The bots helped us. Despite growing up with the paparazzi trailing him and the media covering his every movie, Blanket, who ditched the nickname and now goes by Biggie. Is that like Biggie Smalls? So now he wants to be a director. Gotcha. Okay.
How come he looks literally nothing like Michael Jackson?
Hello.
Who was the mom of
Hello.
Blanket?
I thought that was Priscilla Presley.
Priscilla?
Weren't they married and had a baby?
I think that was Elvis Presley's wife.
Oh, I'm talking about their daughter.
Priscilla Presley?
Wait a minute. Michael married a Presley.
Did he?
Yes.
Oh, bro, you got to look
Oh,
that
dude,
up.
are you kidding?
You
Okay,
gotta
so this is the show here.
You
Let's
gotta
go
look that
Michael
up.
Jackson.
What the heck?
Michael Jackson. Let's just go to Wikipedia and just go down the rabbit hole real quick.
This is just going to be a short journey, and then we're going back to
Right.
Tartarian.
Tartarian. This has something to do with it. So Jackson 5, let's go to life and career. Let's see. Okay, got it. Okay. Videos. Okay, we're going through the wall. Okay, 81, got it.
Dude, you're going to have so much to
Here it
scroll
is,
through.
right here. Pepsi. He got his hair caught on fire. Remember that? We are the world. 85. There we go. Tabloid. Neverland. Everybody was saying he was doing stuff with kids. Oh, here it is. First marriage. I don't want to read. Oh, Lord. Okay, that's bad right there. Okay. Second marriage. How come it's not saying anything? First history. Do you see anything?
No. Here, you know what, bro?
You gonna ask chat?
Sure am.
I'll do it. Called it the Thriller. Burn my mind. And I'm much gone like Mikey, like Mikey do that.
Somebody
Thriller.
Oh, it's undisclosed.
What?
Yep.
Chat?
Yeah, Michael Jackson confirmed using a surrogate for his third child. Her name
Oh,
was
here it
never
is right here.
publicly-
Yeah. Blanket. So we don't know the mother.
Some
But
re-
he was married to Elvis Presley.
Some reports
daughter.
say she was a Mexican nurse named Helena. Dang, we got it. Dude, that was a
Who
weird rabbit
was
hole.
Michael Jackson married to Lisa Marie Presley
Oh.
from 94 to 96. Now that's Elvis's wife, right?
And then 19. Oh, so she was only there for 2 years.
Is that
and
his
then-
wife?
Yeah. And then Debbie Rowe, 1996 to 2000.
No, that was a mistake.
Short marriages, dude.
Yeah, dude, he couldn't stand it. And then he had a surrogate mother and had a blanket.
Mm-hmm.
So Lisa Marie Presley, wife of the king of rock and roll,
Yep.
marries the king of pop.
Yeah.
Worlds collide.
That was an arranged marriage, bro.
You think it was?
I don't know.
Oh, let's see. Well,
Anyway,
anything? We had 10 minutes on Michael Jackson.
skip forward 10 minutes.
I like when we say that because it's already too late.
I know.
They're here already. And
It's
they're
the
like, dang
joke.
it, I just lost it.
Well, you know what's good about Spotify, though, is they have made it
They had the channels.
that you can skip forward now.
And you're like, you look at it and go, I know they're talking about crap right now.
Yeah, it's like Michael Jackson. That's not Tartarian.
I'm not listening to that right now.
Yeah. So we got to hide it in between in order to catch people now, man. You got to be slippery like
Well,
a
I don't know
snake.
if you know anything about the Tartarian Empire, but every time I hear that word or I see it, I think of tartar sauce.
I do too. I
Fish.
do too. I really do, man. Like some hush
Yeah.
puppies.
Yeah, dude. Just ripping it in there.
By the way, the
Like Captain D's.
nastiest restaurants I've ever went into.
You ever really? Okay.
And I will change this if they sponsor us. Long John Silver's, bro.
Oh, dude.
Good golly.
What is happening?
It's brutal. Some of the grossest stuff I've ever seen.
See, I don't know if there's Captain D's here.
There's one by my house.
Is it?
Yeah.
So Captain D's and Long John's, they're kind of the same.
They're brother and
They're
sister.
cut
to
from
me.
the same
Yeah,
thing.
They're some of the same
Right. I
cloth.
love how you walk in and you're like, they act like you're at a fancy restaurant.
Yeah, they do. They get
Like-
the
like the-
tablecloths out.
And you're eating on a paper plate. and the way they got we got the blackened catfish. Blackened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then
Pan-seared
yeah, look
tilapia.
at this flounder.
As you step and
What are you
slide on the floor, your shoes aren't gripping anything but grease splatter.
Yeah, you go to the bathroom. I'm in the stall trying to take a pee, and my feet are just kind of just going out from under me because of the grease. And I'm like, I can't adjust right now because I'm in midstream.
Yeah, you can't. Before you
And
know it, you're doing the splits.
And I'm like, why is the grease all over the place?
Well,
It's a grease trap.
it's greasy stuff,
I
bro.
got a lot of real estate over my head right now.
Yeah, it's true, man.
I
It's
got a lot up there.
I don't know what's going on with that place. It's just it's in the
So
air.
Long John's.
But
I
they-
went to the one on
but they treat you like royalty.
135th.
Yeah, It's-
Nasty.
good stuff.
Bad.
Okay.
The Long John's.
Yeah, I'd never eat at one ever again.
It's just horrible.
And those little Krispies that ooh.
Oh, we got a call. Maybe put them on the show.
Those little Krispies that they put in the bottom, I'm definitely not eating those.
Oh,
Them mugs are just floating for God knows how long.
those crumbs.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
My dad used
Well,
to
I
just
will.
order those.
I'll just turn the bag up and just kind of.
I mean, they're good.
I'll
But
kinda-
dude,
Yeah. What is that?
it's literally they literally
It's
drop
literally
the fried
What are we talking?
beer batter or whatever the heck.
The
it
beer
is.
batter. They
Yeah.
love that.
Yep.
That's a big promotion.
Yep. And that's the Krispies are the stuff that floats off in the grease, and then they
Right.
just
And
take.
then they just get that. Hey, let's put this in the bag for them.
Yeah. Just want some Krispies? Here you go.
Oh man, fish and chips.
It's good. I'm actually kinda
What about
want some
snow
now.
crab?
What about
Do
it?
they have that?
You like Cajun food?
It depends. I don't like crawfish.
There's this place called Crazy Crab in Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
Woo, fire!
Really?
Oh yeah, good stuff.
They got that
dude.
boiling the bag.
Yeah, they bring it out in a bag
That
and
bag,
you
yeah.
open it up and
Just
dump it on
you're
your,
greased. Yeah.
Oh, bro,
You got to hit those gloves and the bib
yeah,
because you're done. Because
You're
you got to
done.
get in there.
you're up in it. It's
Yeah.
over your face,
JC had one of those. We went to Hook and Reel.
Yeah, it's good.
She was like, she tore it up.
Oh, it's good. But this place is like,
I was proud of
this
her.
place is like it's kind of like a little hole in the wall place. And there's only
the best kind.
There's only been 2 places in my life where I have drank the sauce. That was one of them. After, like you eat it and you're like, this was so good.
The salt, yeah.
I got to drink the sauce.
There's butter in there.
Yeah, that was one of them.
I will say this. I drank the other night. I was drinking some salsa.
Okay.
Now,
why?
Well, here's the deal. I like this particular brand of salsa called margarita, or something. It's very fine. Uh-huh. It's chopped up. It's not like paste where you got a lot of chunks kicking around.
Yeah.
This one's just like it looks like restaurant style salsa. And I poured it in a cup. And it was during team night. Or wait, no, Alex's birthday. Mm-hmm. And I was just turning up, drinking it like a drink.
Yeah.
And it kind of wigged everybody out. Like you just said, why? I was like, well, what's the difference on me picking a chip up and dipping it in here and me drinking it? It's no different. It's still going in the mouth. I mean, but people were freaked out about it.
There's a little bit of a difference.
Wow, how?
You're eating with a chip. That's literally what it's for.
Well, that's true, but I don't see a difference because you're just scooping that up.
One of these days, I need to bring you my uncle's salsa. My uncle's Guatemalan.
Oh, where's my Guatemalans at, yo?
Well, he might be Mexican. I don't know. I don't know what he calls himself. My aunt, my wife's aunt is Guatemalan, from Guatemala.
Mm.
But he makes salsa that, oh my, he needs to sell it, dude. It is the
So is it just the texture or you like the flavor?
Everything, dude. It's hard to even describe.
But it's something you could pour in a cup and drink.
Oh, I drink it. I would drink that.
I'm not weird.
Yeah, I would drink it. It's that good, dude.
Yeah, just drink it up, dude.
Anyway, Tartarian Empire.
Tartarian, do you want to start us off or you mean to hit it?
Go ahead and hit it, man.
All right, so here's the origins of the tartar sauce empire. So the idea of a Tartarian empire traces back to how European map makers and writers once described Central and Northern Asia. So you got these Europeans who are like, hey, let's get this map. Let's draw what's here. In the medieval and the early period, Tartaria or Tartaria was a catch-all name for the vast, largely unknown regions of Siberia and Central Asia. So you got this huge, you got the continent of basically Russia and Central Asia. And people at that time would do the map and they called this place Tartaria.
Yeah.
That was the thing. So, for example, there was a 1700 French map by Guillaume de La Salle. Right. He labels it Great Tartary. Is that how you say that? Tartary?
Great Tartary.
Tartar sauce.
Yeah.
Across Central Asia, alongside divisions like Muscovy Tartary in Russia and Chinese Tartary. What did I say again? Tartary? Okay, I'm just done. In Manchuria, this term did not denote a single empire or unified nation, but rather a broad geographical concept used by Europeans for the lands of the Tartars.
Tartar.
A term meaning Turkic and Mongol peoples. So you got the Mongolians coming up.
Yeah.
From the Asian area, going on. The very name originated from Tartarus, the Greek word for the underworld.
So would it be bad to call these people retards?
I don't think so, because...
Or is that still frowned upon?
No, I think you could go use just straight retards.
No
the
D.
Tartarians?
No D.
Oh, retard. Oh, retar.
Yeah. Retartars.
I think so.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Make sure you're there.
Just go ahead and edit that out, post.
So, yeah, we'll take that out later. We'll be right back. So this was reflecting European mythological. It's got an ing in there.
Oh, it's trying to
of Asia as a strange, even hellish frontier. All right. So despite these ominous connotations, historical Tartary was never a cohesive empire. It encompassed various Khanates, tribes, and cultures. The people termed Tartars or Tartars That's weird that would say, Tar. Okay. Tatars or Tartars. Taters.
Tartars.
Or taters. Anyway. They included groups like Volga Tartars, Crimean Tartars, Siberian Tartars, etc., none of whom were giants or possessed technology beyond their contemporaries. In fact, Tartaria appeared on the Western maps up to the 19th century simply as a descriptive region, and by the 20th century, the term fell out of use as knowledge of Asian geography became more precise.
Did you already say that name originated from Tartarus? Did you read that? The Greek word for the underworld?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tartarus, yeah.
Maybe I didn't.
It's a hellish frontier. So as of today, this is what people say. There's no credible historical record that describes a grand Tartarian empire. So people are saying, whoever's saying this people existed or this thing existed, they're saying there's no historical record and you're crazy. There was no people ruling the land that was a Tartarian empire. That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
The concept of such an empire is absent from the history books today, which instead chronicles numerous distinct civilizations and nomadic empires in Eurasia, the Huns, the Mongols, Turkish, and the Khanates, etc. In other words, Tartaria was geographically convenient label. That's all it was. That's what they're saying, is that somebody made a map and put Tartarian on it, and that's all it is to it.
Which meant
But
hell.
other people are saying, no, actually there were people here and there was an advanced civilization and it was called the Tartarian Empire, and they ruled this region of the world at this time with advanced technological things that they built.
Yes, and the theory behind that is that there is a here, scroll down to that where it says the proof that they have that this technologically advanced society was a thing was because there is a declassified document stating to
Oh, you mean to get
cover-
down there?
Yeah, go down there and read that. Let's go find it real
Where
fast.
is it?
Should have highlighted it, bro. There we goes. One intriguing footnote in the theory spread is a declassified CIA document from 1957 that Tartaria enthusiasts love to cite. The document titled National Cultural Development Under Communism mentions Soviet authorities ordering a scientific revision of the history of Tartaria.
So they're saying, oh, here's our smoking gun.
Yeah.
Because of this document.
Because it was a
and
CIA
of course,
cover-up.
it's CIA cover-up.
Yeah.
So the question is, why?
Why cover it up?
Why would this be covered up
Well,
from the history books?
well, what were they known for? Well, why would they want to cover it up?
Well, let's go here from the transformation. So let's talk about, let me see if I need to hit anything here. Okay, Mongolia. Let's just talk about the transformation.
Okay.
So this theory kind of transformed in the late 20th and the 21st century. Interestingly, the modern Tartarian Empire myth first took root in Russia, which was the Soviet era, post-Soviet. So pseudo-historians reimagined the Great Tartaria to serve nationalist narratives. So they're saying they just Russia kind of took this myth and like made this thing up. Like, hey, hey, this actually was a place and it actually was people that had all this technological advancements.
Mm-hmm.
There was a Russian mathematician named Anatoly Fomenko. He introduced a new chronology in the 1970s that radically revised world history, and within this alternate timeline appeared hints of a great suppressed empire. Building on this, Nikolai Lavashov, a proponent of the occult Russian nationalism, in the 2000 explicitly cast Russia as Great Tartaria.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like saying, no, we are descendants of this great empire that was here before.
Yeah. And to your point earlier,
And he's saying Tartaria is the true name of our ancient motherland, Russia.
to your point earlier, why would the CIA want to cover that in the 1957?
See, I was 57, and this came out in,
I know.
1970s.
But think about that, though, because why would the CIA want to cover up there being a technologically advanced Russian city right at the start of the Cold War? That's when that document was made. You see what I'm saying?
In 57?
Yeah.
I thought the Cold War was in the 80s.
Now, the Cold War ranged from directly after World War II.
Gotcha. We got through the 40s and then, the 50s.
Yep.
Okay, gotcha.
And that's when the CIAs were basically at war.
Started.
Yep.
Okay.
And then, because I mean, if I remember correctly, there's like pictures of, like in the 50s, everyone was scared about nuclear war. And
Yeah, let's
there
build
was
a
all
bunker.
this fear that the Russians were creating, bombs and stuff. So that's like what our Area 51 episode was like the war of the two CIAs. That was the Cold War. So the CIA wants to cover up potentially that there was a technologically advanced civilization prior to Russia's.
So they
conception.
covered that up, and then in the 70s, they changed that timeline and started going, hey, we are the Great Tartarians.
Well, that guy was a Soviet. What was his name?
Who, Anatoly Fomenko?
Yeah, he was a Soviet guy saying like, no, this is the real history.
The mathematician.
He's saying, no, Tartarian. We were Tartarian.
Yeah,
It's not a cover up. So that unclassified document, he's like, no, we were Tartaria before. That's what he was saying.
Yeah.
So he's spreading that the Great Tartaria, the heart of a mighty civilization, was allegedly scrubbed from Western history.
Yeah, and he was saying that this is the motherland.
Mm-hmm.
We are here.
So Tartaria was the true name of ancient motherland, often equated with Russia, that Western historians conspire to ignore. The Russian Geographical Society publicly debunks such ideas as extremist fancy, even showcasing old maps of Tartary to demonstrate the term was well known and not suppressed at all. So starting around 2016, the Tartarian legend jumped from Russian nationalist circles to the global internet. Conspiracy theorems, YouTube channels, and social media communities in the West picked it up, often stripping the idea of its Russian-centric angle and blending it with other alternative history narratives. Yeah, I don't know.
And then in 2016, the concept of the mud flood started hitting the internet, which they're saying that is what wiped out Tartaria. And then they started getting really big traction in 2018 about this mud flood.
Yeah.
A YouTuber named Philip Drusenheen was among the first to popularize this idea. So there was a swarm of subsequent content creators from 2018 to 2019 that launched into the Tartaria theory into the mainstream conspiracy lexicon.
Dang, so we're like freaking 7 years too late.
Yeah,
dude.
we should have been doing this back in 2015.
What were we doing?
What
man?
is going on?
We're behind, brother.
So here's the proponents of the believers in this empire that they put forth. It was a global advanced civilization. They said they were sophisticated, worldwide, and flourished just a few centuries ago. The empire supposedly possessed high technology, cultural rivaling or surpassing modern achievements. Tartarians are often said to have harnessed free, unlimited energy, wireless electricity drawn from the ether. Now, I want some of that.
Yeah.
I don't. Maybe that's why it's covered up, because they don't want us to have that.
So they're pulling
They don't want us
electricity
to
just
have
out
that.
of thin air.
And
That's what
that
the
was
ether
that was Nikola Tesla. He was trying to do that,
Yeah,
and they shut him down.
they did.
Yeah,
Long before modern power systems. Which
right.
this
And
was.
then Westinghouse came along and said, "No, you got to buy energy from me."
When was Nikola Tesla? You guys did an episode on him.
Yeah,
right?
that was in the 40s.
I thought he was before that. I thought he
Wonder
was
for-
like 1800s. No,
Yeah,
it
something
couldn't
like
have been.
that.
He was born in the 1800s.
Yeah, he was late 18. I have to look it up, but yeah,
Oh, well,
we did an episode on it. But they shut him down, and then Westinghouse, the big energy companies, basically took over. Everybody was trying to get. I want the street lamps. I want the I want the power.
yeah.
And basically, that's what we have today. We're paying for power from somebody, generating a grid.
Mm-hmm. And they were pulling it out of thin air.
Yeah. So why wouldn't we want that? Some even claim that Tartarians had airships, advanced knowledge of electromagnetism, and other suppressed inventions. In more fanciful variants, giant humans are included as Tartarian inhabitants, explaining the construction of massive doors or ceilings in old buildings. So we got some big people,
Some giants.
some
bro.
Nephilim.
So some Nephilim.
So they still were here. They
So
were in
this-
Russia.
They went to Russia.
That's what happened.
Yep, and then they built the
And
cathedral.
because they already had this information, this knowledge
Yep.
that they got from their daddies, the Watchers.
Well, hang on now.
Yeah,
Maybe.
that's what I'm saying.
That kind of makes sense.
I mean, that's what they did. They gave them knowledge.
Hidden knowledge, bro.
They started in Egypt, that got shut down, and then they just kind of migrated up, and then so they already had the knowledge. They just kept passing it down
Mm-hmm.
until finally somebody snuffed them out with a mud flood.
And the mud flood wiped them out. So magnificent architecture around the world. A central tenet of the Tartarian myth is that Tartarians built as many of the great architectural wonders of the past, from ancient monuments like the Great Pyramids,
See,
the Great Wall of China, to iconic structures like Notre Dame Cathedral or Notre Dame, the U.S. Capitol, the Mahal, and St. Peter's Basilica.
Taj Mahal. Wow.
Virtually any impressive edifice is claimed as Tartarian. Believers
Really?
often point to the similarity of monumental architecture across different countries, grand domes, spires, Greco-Roman designs as evidence of a single empire's architectural style. In their view, 19th century Gilded Age buildings and the elaborate venues of the world's fairs were not built from scratch by our relatively primitive 1800 societies, but are remnants of Tartaria. For the example, the ornate places of the 1893 World Columbian Exposition in Chicago and other world fairs are alleged to be surviving Tartarian structures, later intentionally demolished and falsely attributed to temporary exposition architects.
Okay, I gotta go look that up right now. 1893 World's Columbian Exposition in Chicago. I gotta look that up. What are we talking about? Hold on a sec. Looking up Google.
5 minute.
The first World's Fair held in Chicago, carving out some 600 acres in Frederick Law Olmsted Jackson Park. What are we looking at here?
Just the architecture.
So,
It's the same architecture that basically the Tartarian Empire had way earlier.
I gotta look at some images here. Hold on. So, are you saying they built this for the fair?
Yeah, that's what it was saying. Or they stole the building style.
Okay, gotcha. Tartarian Empire. Okay, that's crazy.
Go look at some photos of the Tartarian. See what pops up.
Oh, you mean like just tip it in Tartarian?
Yeah.
Tartarian images. The One World Tartarians voyage. Here's a big map. So I got oh wait, what is this?
Tartarian women.
Oh, they're huge.
Tartarian Empire. Click on that one.
This one here?
Yeah.
Okay, very cathedralist, very Romanish. A lot of,
How Donald Trump became the Tartaria. What?
What? Where?
It's right there. Right up. Left. Your other left. Down. Right.
Oh,
That
okay. How Donald Trump became the Tartarian candidate, Bloomberg.
This sounds like QAnon.
Okay, yeah.
This sounds like QAnon.
That's what happened.
Bro.
Yeah, but I see these structures. It's like they're kind of all the same. They got circled roofs with a lot of pitched spires on them.
Yeah.
Very Romanish. I guess that's Russia too, because look at the way
Moscow.
Yeah, look the way Moscow is. What's the name of that? The Kremlin. Look at the Kremlin. The way it's always pointy. It's got those kind of looks like that. So maybe they are Tartarian.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Great Flood, cataclysm. So that's what they're saying. That explains the advanced empire, how they disappeared. So the mud flood that engulfed the world. So this engulfed the world in the 1800s?
The 1800s.
The whole world?
Yeah, according to the claim, a massive deluge of mud buried entire cities and wiped out Tartarian civilization sometime in the 18th or 19th century.
What? Okay, yeah, so adherents point to a curious architectural feature such as proof many older buildings in cities worldwide have ground-level windows and doors partially submerged below today's street level. So are you saying that, so if the streets rose or the buildings sank in mud, they're saying like this is the proof of this global flood?
Yeah.
Is some buildings in cities today, the windows are below the roads or below the ground level? Because either the mud. Okay.
Well, yeah.
So I would like to. I need to go find one.
Well, like it said earlier, there's no evidence of like a giant mud flood, and I think the only evidence they have is that the city, some of it is in like windows, mud up to the windows, but I just wonder if maybe they did it on purpose, kind of like maybe an Atlantis type stuff where they purposely sunk their city. You know?
Did they?
It's a theory. I don't know. Play the theory music, bro.
Did they? I didn't know they sunk their own thing.
Yeah, it's a theory that Atlantis sunk their own city.
Why would they do that? Because they didn't want to be here?
To save their
civilization.
Civilization.
You can't have my seahorse.
It's kind of like the Black Panther movie.
Oh yeah, hide.
They hid it away.
Let's hide it away. I don't want to share my resources and my advanced technology.
Yep.
Well, here it says photographs of excavations or city workers digging out basements are reinterpreted as scenes of people uncovering structures from the mud flood. So they're saying that's evidence.
Yeah.
But they're saying they're reinterpreting that as scenes.
So it says in Tartarian forums, it's often claimed that what we call basements in old buildings were originally first floors before being buried.
Really?
This mud narrative serves as a lost catastrophe that both destroyed Tartaria and explains why later societies were able to take over. So they destroyed the city and covered up the evidence of doing it and then rewrote the history books.
And then they just said, you know, hey, I don't know what you're doing with this map, but it wasn't Tartarian.
Yeah.
But and so the CIA covered that part up, and then the Russians in the 70s said, no, actually, we are Tartarian.
Yeah, we are Tartarian.
So I don't know what you're talking about,
CIA. So they rewrote the maps, and they're like, oh, this is just, and I wonder why, you know, they named it Tartaria anyway.
Well, because it said of hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, why would you do that? Did you know that that's what that meant? From hell?
Yeah, pretty much. Perhaps the most sweeping claim is that Tartarian Empire's existence has been deliberately covered up in mainstream history. Conspiracy believers assert that after Tartaria's downfall, whether by the mud flood or other means, a concerted global effort was made to erase all evidence of this empire. They claim history was rewritten, architecture from Tartaria was reassigned to other cultures, a given newer construction dates.
Oh, wow.
Tartarian achievements were credited to others, and by any Tartarian references in records were suppressed. As part of this cover-up, world events are reinterpreted. The world wars, colonial wars, great fires like the Great Chicago Fire, and even events like the burning of a Library of Congress or the destruction of the Summer Palace in China, all became schemes to destroy Tartarian artifacts and knowledge. In this view, our current historical narrative is a fabrication built on the ruins of a reset that occurred little over 100 to 200 years ago, after which a new world order arose in Tartarian's place. Proponents often repeat the mantra that history is written by the victors, implying that the victors in this case expunged their mighty predecessors.
Wow. So they're saying that world events are reinterpreted as part of the cover-up.
Yeah. So
you're saying like the WW1 and 2, the Great Fires, even though those things happened, they're saying we were actually destroying this empire under the guise of World War I and World War II.
Yep. And all those
Is
fires.
that what you're saying? Yeah. So like, look over here, nothing to see here.
Nothing. Yeah, they're burning evidence. The Great Fire. So it was like a.
That's why that's the question is why.
It was like the night of the long knives, bro.
Night of the long
In one
knives.
night, they came through and roasted everything that had to do with Tartaria.
Wow.
What do you think, dude?
I'm just trying to figure out why, because the motivation's not clear. Because if you have technology that can allow me to power my home out of the air and not have to pay a company to generate energy for me, why wouldn't you give that to the citizens of the globe?
Doesn't make no money.
Well, would you go make money somewhere else?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, go get a horse and buggy and make that your job. Like, give people rides through the streets. Why do you have to take a power grid and then, hey, pay me? I'm generating electricity. You pay me for it.
Mm-hmm.
Where you're telling me all this time that there is technology where I can just grab it out of the air.
I wonder if that is actually possible.
I mean, that's what I think Tesla was onto it. He probably had maybe some
Tartarian helpers,
or some documentation, because that's what he was after, was like free wireless energy.
Yeah.
So that's the same thing that you're talking about the Tartarians had.
I wonder if he was just trying to recreate.
He was.
You know, because he was born over kind of near that, wasn't he? If I remember correctly.
Nikola Tesla.
He was like Hungary, wasn't he?
He was, yes. He was Hungary or Yugoslavian or Czech, one of those. I mean, he was out there in those places where you just don't want to talk about.
He was out in it, boy.
You know what I'm saying? He was like, hey, I'm out here. I was born during a lightning storm. So my mom was like, I know this is special. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm about to get some free wireless energy up in here. And then here comes Westinghouse and killed him. I don't know that.
I'm looking it up. Hang on one second.
He could have died. Anyway, I'll keep going while you look that up. Let's see. Some of the Tartarian enthusiasts take the narrative a little further, romanticizing the Lost Empire as a time of global harmony and superior morality. So people ramped it up and like, this was a peak of human development. We were just on the top. Superiority, morality, we've got it going on. And they suggest that they represented a one-world culture where art and architect were beautiful and uniform, and they lived in peace until the outsiders came in and destroyed their utopia. Which kind of sounds like that's what would happen.
So when was that mud flood? Go back up.
Let's go to the mud flood. Where are we at here? There's the document. Oh, here it is. Mud flood. I don't think they really say when it happened. It's just they started, when did the Great Mud Flood? Here's us talking about 2018, Tartarian mass tens of thousands of members of mud flood. I don't know, bro. I forgot.
It was deleted from history.
What is deleted from here? Well, they said it was a global. Here, let me just type it in real quick. When was the mud flood? I never heard of this mud flood before. Mud flood. Oh, it says what was the great? No, that's not it. Come on, mud flood. When was the mud flood?
No, he
like
wasn't.
Google is scratching this stuff. When was the global? Let me try that one. Global mud flood.
Well, you're on Google, bro. You ain't gonna find nothing.
Dude,
about it.
they've wiped it out. Mud flood. Here's some National
Early
Archives.
1800s.
Supposedly, yeah, the early 18. Okay, gotcha. Which reset all of civilization.
Okay.
Have you heard of this?
No.
The Great Mud Flood that reset? I've never heard of this before. What am I doing?
Let's read that. Early reset all. It is a unified conspiracy theory being comprised of a mishmash of Atlantis, Masonic conspiracy theories in the new chronologically. It was first popularized in
by
Russia.
that dude, Anatoni, the mathematician.
He was like,
He's like,
this
bro,
whole
this
thing,
mud flutters.
This whole thing went under the mud, brother. We were an advanced society, dude.
I was like, I had this record player. It was playing. I was just grabbing power from the air.
Man, I don't know. What
kidding.
do you think, man? What are you thinking about this Tartaria, bro?
Well,
I mean, it would have to be a pretty big
let's
conspiracy.
Let's just think here for a second.
Okay.
For this to be a thing that we're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, why would this just be made up?
Why would Tartaria not be a real place?
Yeah, I mean, like for us to like come up there was a map, the Central Asia, the Russian. Why wouldn't there be this empire?
Well, Tartaria was a real place.
Was it really?
Yeah, go back up.
I don't want to.
You don't want to read all the boring stuff, dude? Come on, bro.
Where was it?
Tartarian real history. Scroll down.
Trace back to here. Oh, see, it's map makers. That's
Scroll
the
down,
thing right
scroll
there.
Scroll down, bro.
It's all about the map makers.
So here is the real Tartari.
Oh, the real thing.
Okay. Helps dispel them. Historically, Tartari was a vast region, like I said.
See? Central Asia and Siberia.
It's an essentially unknown expanse of Asia and was seen from Europe, terra incognita, filled with the name of nomadic peoples, the Tartars, who lived there. European explorers and missionaries use this term loosely for areas not yet mapped in detail. So whenever they weren't mapped in detail, they would say Tartarus.
Tartar.
They're hell. It's hell.
Yeah, it's as hell.
Crucially, Tartary was never a singular political entity. Various indigenous states and tribes existed in those territories. For instance, the Mongol Empire, which Europeans also called the Empire of the Tartars. Okay. So there's an empire.
So, right.
Later,
So it was there. They just didn't know what to call people.
later Turkic states and parts of the Chinese Wing domain,
I
but
like
these
wings.
These diverse groups are not the monolithic empire spanning the globe. Contemporary historians and archives from China, Russia, and the Islamic world and Europe make no mention of any unified Tartarian super empire beyond these known policies.
Well, of course they don't.
In fact, Western scholarship as early as the 18th century was mapping and describing Tartary in terms of its actual peoples and lands, not a mysterious lost nation. Furthermore, ethnic groups historically labeled as Tartars had normal human proportions and technology for their eras. They left behind artifacts, writings, and genetic lineages that connect them to Mongols, Turkic peoples, and others, all well studied by anthropologists and historians. No anomalous, technology or giant humanoids have ever been found in the archaeological record of Central Asia that would suggest an out-of-place advanced civilization. In short, mainstream history recognizes Tartary as a historical term, not a hidden empire, and all evidence indicates that the region's inhabitants were part of the same tapestry of human history, not apart from it.
Okay. So that's the official story
That's the official story.
right there. But here's the thing: if there was a advanced technological civilization and it got wiped out by mud, would there be any evidence that archaeologists have uncovered by digging in the ground in this region?
Right.
Wouldn't there be some evidence?
That what now?
Wouldn't there be some evidence somewhere found if there was this technological advance, or would it be just destroyed?
Well, unless they were grabbing it and removing it. You know? I mean, that's really the only smoking gun they have is
the CIA.
Yeah. But, I mean, we have seen the CIA go to greater lengths to... I mean, like I said, the Night of the Long Knives is the best example I have of how fast something can get destroyed.
Just all in one night, we're taking over this. We're taking over the party.
Futuristic, free wireless, Tartarian.
All I know is this kind of reminds me of Noah and the global flood, where Susan's theory is that everybody was technologically advanced back then, even further than we are today.
Yeah, I'm with her.
We don't have any evidence because it was all destroyed in the flood. And her point is, Noah was if the flood happened today, and God told Jebediah from up in the Amish country.
Why is his name got to be that?
Because Amish.
Okay.
Jebediah, hey, build an ark. I'm going to destroy the earth. He doesn't have anything to do with this technology we got.
Right.
He doesn't know anything. He gets on the boat, his family, he gets the animals, he gets off. What's he going to do?
Nothing.
He's not building a computer, is he?
Get drunk and get naked.
He's not doing a computer. He didn't know anything about science or the doctors. I'm just here with my family. I'm going to start populating the earth again. Well, that's kind of Susan's theory, is like that's what happened with Noah. So I don't know. I just feel like there would be some kind of we would have found some kind of computer chip or some type of piece of metal.
Well,
back, you know what I'm saying? Under the earth.
Maybe they have, because it's kind of like the giants. You know, when Jacob talks about us finding remnants of them, who comes through and scrubs it? Smithsonian every time.
Oh, good one.
Someone finds something.
What if it's a long line of people just passed down that they have to, that's their job and it's passed down.
Mm-hmm.
They have to keep this stuff covered up.
Maybe.
Down through the centuries.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, it's not just one, Smithsonian's been around for whatever. It's been like the Templars, the Jesuits. It's like they've just passed it on, and that's been their job to keep this thing covered up.
Some hidden secret, like the golden chalice is actually...
right.
We should do that.
They've got the Ark of the Covenant. So, they just covered up and they keep it away from the public.
The search for the Holy Grail, man.
Oh, that was the other one.
Yeah.
The sirens and the Holy Grail. That's what I was trying to think of earlier.
Dude, that one, we could have gone Da Vinci Code on that one, dude, and I didn't even know until we already did the episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's the whole this whole idea of the Da Vinci Code.
I read the Da Vinci Code.
Uh-huh.
And I actually did the coding in the Bible, and it does work out.
To what?
To phrases.
Mm-hmm.
It absolutely works out. So I don't know how that.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
That's what he did. Is he used historical facts and wrapped it in with mythology. So most of the places that is talked about in the Da Vinci Code were real places. The society, I don't remember off the top of my head, but the secret society that quote unquote are protecting the lineage of Christ. It's a real thing, but it's not,
really?
Yeah, it's a real society, but it's not a real Now, it could be some freaking Freemason stuff where
Yeah.
there's like a deep sect of it. I don't know. But that would be a fun episode for sure.
What if they did you read the book?
I didn't read the book. I watched a few documentaries on it.
So is that the same thing with they're saying that Jesus got off the cross and had a child,
Yeah.
and then his offspring,
With
we've
Mary
protected
Magdalene.
it
Yeah.
all through the ages, and we've got this one person here is the next in line. He's back in the room here.
Yeah. Or it died out with the Holy Grail was the remains of Christ's lineage, basically. In a
The Holy
nutshell.
Grail, the cup.
Yeah. Search for the Holy Grail. The chalice, the Holy Grail.
Yeah, the chalice
was
that he-
blood. Christ's blood.
Okay.
His bloodline. That's the whole idea of the
Okay,
Da Vinci
gotcha.
Code. This Holy Grail, I pour my blood out. The chalice that he drank from. It's
Yeah.
supposed to be his blood.
At the Last Supper.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was his bloodline, supposedly, was his child, his little girl
Right.
that he had with Mary Magdalene. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Dude.
It's a bold claim, dude.
It's a bold claim.
Yeah, and it's always difficult when you read something like that, especially like when when I was a young kid, we first started looking into like
It kind of makes
Anunnaki.
me upset.
It does, because they talk. I had a buddy, because I was stressing out one day, and I'm like, dude, is this real? And he's like, dude, they always talk like it's the truth. He's like, they always make it
Presented
sound
as that's good.
like it's
yeah.
the truth. And I'm like, oh, you're right. So let me read through it and see if it genuinely is. And obviously it's not. But that's another one of those things where he ties it so closely with his history. It's pretty interesting. It really is. But then Tom Hanks made it
Yeah,
into a
then
movie,
yeah,
you know.
and they got two.
Anyway,
Well, that's the Tartarian Empire.
hey, we might do
We did it.
part half
What's a part half?
of Tartaria, part
We
1.5.
might. Curtis was real excited to
Yeah.
talk about this empire because he did some research on it.
But we debunked it, so
We
good luck.
debunked it. So we'll when he comes back on the show, we'll be like just debunking him.
Well,
Like, no,
bef-
it wasn't real,
Before
dude.
we sign off,
Okay.
what do you think? Do you think it was a real thing and it was a massive cover-up?
As I have seen history progress, I would have to say yes.
Do you think it was a real thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I've seen this story too many times.
Yeah.
The cover up, the squashing of technology.
Mm-hmm.
We're the ones in power. You get your stuff from us.
Yeah.
Um,
There is a theme going on all the way back from
it seemed like it.
yeah. Göbekli Tepe.
So why this empire rose up and they were having good. The thing is, like, the global flood shouldn't have taken them out, though. It seems like somebody else should have done that.
the mud flood is the one thing that's like that's kind of stupid
That's kind of crazy because
to me.
do you think? Yeah, who wiped them out for real though? That's the question.
Yeah. Smallpox.
Maybe Curtis can help us. Yeah,
Vaccines.
tetanus,
Oh, we just got canceled.
syphilis.
Yeah.
Now we're going to do an episode on AIDS coming up too.
Everybody has AIDS. We should sing that song.
Everybody- we
You heard that song?
no.
Oh, I'll show it to you.
Oh, let's see. You got anything to declare?
I declare,
I declare.
I doth declare.
All right, if you want to see, I put the lore of Tartarian Empire on a website. If you go to our blog, it's the latest blog that I put out there. Curtis did some really good research for the lore, gave us some really good map drawings.
He drew it himself.
Yeah, he did. Absolutely. And he'll be back to talk about the lore. And I can't wait to hear what he thinks happened to
Yeah.
these people.
Yeah.
So there you go. If you're listening on YouTube Rumble, do me a favor. I want you to click the subscribe button, leave a like, put a comment. That'll get this algorithm out there to other people that want to hear this content. Maybe they don't want to hear it, but they're going to get it anyway. I need you to go over to Spotify real quick if you're not listening on Spotify. Give me a follow on Spotify. Click the bell so you get notifications when we publish an episode. And also give a 5-star rating and leave a comment. That way we know that you are listening and you care about us. Also, jump in our Discord server. You can see that in the description below. You can join our Discord and also with other fans. You can chat with us there and chat with the other fans as well. So there you go. Hey, tune in next week. You might hear Joey say this.
Every time I eat Taco Bell, I have a mud flood.
Oh, man, that was good.